Blair Cooper looks at the first pitch high in game number 2 of the doubleheader, facing Kyle Kane. Decorah wins game number 1, 3-2. Cooper smacks one into left field and a base hit. So Cooper on to start the ball game after a 1-for-2 performance with 2 walks in game number 1. And Hunter Fink doing the pitching for the Key Hawks here in game 2 will bat against Kyle Kane. Cooper at short, Fink at the pitcher, Luke Gavin in right, Jack Janet at first, Chris Carroll in center, Jared Donahue the catcher, Ian Burrows at second, Nick Gavin at third, and Matt Manning in left field as Fink swings and fouls the first pitch back, no balls and 1 strike. Decorah defensively, Cole Sweska in left, Gavin Nimrod in center, James Osley in right, Josie Jewell at third, the winning pitcher in game 1. Jake Qualley at short. At second base, Colin Nimrod. At first base, Andy Hovden. Squaring to bunt is Fink. He does so up the third base side. Kane off the mound will pick it up and throw to first base with Colin Nimrod covering. And the sacrifice is complete, 1-4. So Cooper up to second base with 1 down, and Luke Gavin will come to the plate. As we talked about a little bit in game number 1, we're seeing a little bit of Decorah baseball history tonight. For the first time in the 50-year coaching career of Dennis Olenzak, Decorah is starting a left-hand catcher in Austin Ashbacker behind the plate and Kyle Kane on the hill. Gavin was 2 for 3 with the stick with a walk and an RBI in game number 1. Gavin will look at the first one inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Your home plate umpire is Jack Lynch, and your base umpire is Bill Boyd here in game number 2. Kyle Kane had a very solid season last year for Decorah. Kane was 12-1 with a 2.60 ERA. Opponents only hit 2.38 against him. The ball's 1 strike, and the pitch swung on a fly ball into right field, and that will land for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate and scoring without a play is Cooper. Gavin now 3 for 4 in the doubleheader with 2 RBIs, and the Key Hawks draw first blood. So Cooper scores on the base hit to right by Luke Gavin, still only 1 out in the frame, and Jack Janet will come to the plate. Janet was 1 for 3 with the double in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Kane delivers, and the curveball taken low, blocked there by Austin Ashbacker. It's no balls and 1 strike. Or 1 ball and no strikes, I should say. Janet 1 for 3 in game 1. The stretch by Kane and the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Picked up there by Qualley. Goes to Nimrod at second for 1. Nimrod throw to Hovden at first. Double play. The pitcher's best friend gets Kyle Kane out of the first inning. The Key Hawks score 1 run on 2 hits and leave nobody. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It is Key Hawks 1. And the Vikings come to bat, and the Vikings will bat this way. A very similar lineup, at least order-wise, to game number 1. Leading off in center field will be Gavin Nimrod, batting second. The shortstop, Jake Qualley. Hitting third in right field, James Osley. Batting fourth at third base is Josie Jewell. Hitting fifth at first base is Andy Hovden. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Austin Ashbacker. Batting seventh, the pitcher, Kyle Kane. Hitting eighth in left field, Cole Sweska. And batting ninth in center field, Colin Nimrod. And that lineup will face Hunter Fink here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Fink was 2-4 with the 3.37 ERA a year ago. Opponents hitting .285 against him. 43 2/3 innings, 57 hits, 21 earned runs, 18 walks, and 34 strikeouts. And we'll set the defense here momentarily for you as we get things going here in the bottom of the first inning. A Luke Gavin RBI single to right has given the Key Hawks something they did not have in game number 1. That was a lead. Decorah scored the first 2 runs of that game. And
Fink and Donahue leading off for Decorah. Gavin Nimrod.
After that, the Keyhawks tied it up, but the Vikings won the game in the bottom of the 7th inning on the Colin Nimrod squeeze play. As Gavin Nimrod looks at a strike, 0-1. Gavin was 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch in game number 1. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to count from Hunter Fink. If you look at the stats sheet and look at the innings pitched from last year, this is the most experienced starter that Coach Schultz has coming back. His pitch taken high. It is 1 ball and 2 balls and 1 strike to count now. Sky's starting to darken up off to our north. Lights have been turned on and starting to take full effect here at Olensack Field. Pitch swung on, fly ball, deep right field. Retreating is Luke Gavin. He looks up, and that one's high off the fence. Gavin Nimrod will stand at second with a double. So Nimrod on base for the 2nd consecutive time. He was hit in his final at-bat in game number 1, and doubles to right to lead things off here in game number 2, and Jake Qualley will come to the plate. Qualley, 0 for 3, did reach on an error in game number 1. Fink comes set, and the pitch to Qualley is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Matt Manning in left, Chris Carroll in center, and Luke Gavin in right. Nick Gavin at third, Blair Cooper at short, Ian Burrows at second, and Jake Jeanette at first. Jared Donahue behind the plate, and Hunter Fink on the hill as the pitch taken up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Qualley. Jake going to play baseball at Cornell next year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch, breaking ball taken low. It hops away from Donahue momentarily, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. But Qualley now ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice crowd on hand for opening night 2013. Vikes took game 1 of the doubleheader 3-2 in a good baseball game. The stretch and the 2-1 delivery smack towards right field and through for a base hit. Rounding third, getting a stop sign is Gavin Nimrod. So 1st and 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 1st inning for Decorah. Burrows was playing up from where a normal second baseman would play, and the intensity of that ball that got hit didn't give Burrows too much chance to make a play on it. So 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and James Osley to the plate. Osley 1 for 3 in game 1 with an infield hit. Quick move to first base, back to the bag, diving is Qualley. As Qualley started to take his lead before Fink had his foot on the rubber. Jeanette will hold the runner on at first. A step behind the bag is Nick Gavin at third. The stretch and the pitch to Osley is at the knees and for a strike, 0-1. Burrows playing relatively shallow, a step beyond the base pass at second. And Cooper playing pretty much a normal shortstop position. No balls when 1 strike to count on Osley. Runner goes, pitch taken high, throw down to second base as goes through, and stealing second is Qualley. Staying at third on the play is Nimrod. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count on James Osley, and now he will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. Now the infield coming up at all 4 positions for the Keyhawks. The stretch by Fink, a look around the base pass and the 1-1. It goes outside for 2 balls, 1 strike now on Osley. Two and 1 the count. The stretch and the pitch inside for 3 balls, 1 strike now. Nimrod at third and Qualley at second. The stretch by Fink and the 3-1 swung on, popped up left side. Foul territory. Gavin in foul ground will make the catch. And a big first out for the Keehawks as Osley fouls out to third.
Cleanup hitter Josie Jewell.
Nimrod at third and Qualley at second, and Josie Jewell to the plate. Josie was 1 for 3 in game number 1, but the one hit he had left the yard. Hit one out to left field near the light pole in left field. Josie with an open stance, infield still up, pitch outside to Fink. It's 1 ball, no strikes now with Josie up. And Hovden, who was 0 for 3 in game number 1, on deck and first base open. Are you careful here with Jewell? 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch outside is 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jewell. If you put Josie on, you got a guy who had 3 ground balls in game number 1, and then you can get out of the inning unscathed potentially with a double play ground ball. 2-0 delivery, swung on and fouled away, right side and out of play. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Josie Jewell. Fink comes set, and the 2-1 delivery is up for 3 balls and 1 strike to count. So Josie sitting in a hitter's paradise. This was the same count a batter ago that Osley ended up fouling out to third. Fink comes set, and the 3-1 delivery swung on and fouled away on a curveball. Right side out of play. Near the parking lot over on the first base side, and it's now 3-2. Ever since that parking lot came in last year, a lot less balls in Lake Roberts. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Coming set is Fink in the 3-2, swung on and fouled away. Right side and out of play once again at a curveball. And I had my head in my scorecard, but Elliot Christian said that one's going to make the pond. And Elliot has great eyesight for a 45-year-old guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and now Fink will step off. Any fly ball would score a run in this situation, of course, too. The stretch by Fink and the pitch well high for ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with 1 down, and Andy Hovden coming to the plate. He grounded out 3 times in game 1. 1-0 Keehawks, bottom of the first. For the Vikes with a major scoring threat here early on. Andy Hovden was 0 for 3. Infield still up at all 4 positions. Any ball is coming home. That's hit on the infield, and Andy looks at the first one on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Hunter Fink trying to pitch his way out of a headache here in game number 1. The stretch and the 0-1 delivery is taken up for 1 ball, 1 strike on Andy Hovden. Coach Olenczak shouting instructions from the third base box, opening up his 50th season here at Decorah. The 1-1 delivery outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Andy Hovden with Austin Ashbacker on deck. Nimrod away from third, Qualley away from second, and Josie away from first. The stretch and the 1-2. Jew just missed on the fastball inside. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Fink gets the sign from his catcher Donahue, the 2-2, and it's inside for ball 3. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 3-2 with 1 down. Fink in for the sign from his catcher Donahue. Comes set in the 3-2, swinging a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Donahue. And that's the second out of the inning. So 2 down, bases loaded. And Austin Ashbacker to the plate in a Key-high 1-0 lead. Austin was 1 for 3 in game number 1. Pitch swung on, fly ball, center field and deep. That one going to be over the head of Carroll. Nimrod will score. Qualley will score. Josie coming to the plate. The relay throw, not in time. A bases clearing double for Austin Ashbacker and a 3-1 lead for Decorah. Austin Ashbacker sees the first pitch to his liking and doubles to center field. And Jake Hubden will get his courtesy out at second base. Nimrod, Qualley, and Jewell all scoring on the play. And Kyle Kane will try to help out his own cause.
Courtesy runner at second, Jake Hubden.
Kane with the stick in game number 1 was 1 for 3. He got on with a base hit in the 7th inning, which led to the winning run scoring on a Colin Nimrod RBI squeeze bunt. And the pitch to Kyle Kane got away from the catcher Donahue, and a late break, but taking third on the pass ball will be Jake Hubden. Hubden didn't go right away, but fortunately for Jake, Donahue didn't find it right away. That combination led to a runner at third and a 1-0 count now on Kyle Kane. The 1-0 delivery swung on a little number up the third base side foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Kyle. These were the type of clutch situations, especially in the postseason, that Kyle came through more often than not last year. Can he pick up where he left off? The pitch outside corner for a strike on an off-speed offering, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Double K. Cole Sweska hoping for a turn on deck. Fink working out of the windup. And the 1-2 delivery swung on a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Kyle Kane with an RBI single. 4 runs scoring with 2 outs here in the first. And the Vikes take a 4-1 lead. Kyle Kane now 2 for 4 on the night.
Stepping up Cole.
And Kane will get the courtesy runner of Dustin Carey.
First, Dustin Carey.
Carey will run for Kane, and Cole Sweska, who did not play in game number 1, will bat here in game number 2. The pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen off the bat of Sweska. It's no balls and 1 strike. Sweska, the 8th man to come to the plate this inning. The bases were loaded with 2 down a moment ago. Austin Ashbacker cleared him with a run-scoring double, and then Kyle Kane got Hubden, Ashbacker's courtesy runner, home with an RBI single. A lead at first by Carey, the stretch by Fink, and the pitch shaken high. It is 1 ball and 1 strike on Cole Sweska. Sweska coming off another good track season, part of the distance medley relay runner-up team last weekend. Quick move to first base, back to the bag diving is Carey. He also ran on the 4x4 team that finished 5th. And 3 days later, he's got a stick in his hands. The pitch, curveball outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Cole Sweska. I guess if you're running a relay in track, you got a stick in your hand, but this one's a little bigger. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch outside, it is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, if you're running the shuttle hurdle, there's no sticks involved in that. I bring all this up because Elliot Christian's a stickler for accuracy, and I don't want him yelling at me between innings. 2-2 delivery. Thought about it, thought better of it on a fastball. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. So Carey will be moving here at first base with 2 down. The 3-2 delivery, low and outside, ball 4, got away from the catcher Donahue. And staying put at second base will be Carey as Sweska draws the base on balls. And Carey actually went back towards first base. I had my head in the scorecard right there. And I don't know if one of the Key High players duped him to heading back to first base, but the catcher Donahue threw towards second base, and the ball went to center field.
Number 9 hitter, Colin Nimrod.
And the hero of game number 1, Colin Nimrod, will come up. He had the bunt squeeze single to win game number 1. He's 1 for 2. Pitch to Nimrod, slowly hit towards short. Blair Cooper makes the play, throws on the run to first base to retire Nimrod and the side in the first inning. But 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We are 1 inning complete in game number 2, and the Decorah Vikings lead it by a 4-1 margin. Top of the second inning we go. It is a 4-1 lead for Decorah. Key Hawks got a run in the top of the first inning, but Decorah came back with 4 2-out runs in the bottom of the first inning as Chris Carroll swings and fouls first pitch back. No balls and 1 strike. 2 of the first 3 batters got on in the first inning as curveball swung on and missed from Kane, and it's 0-2, but Kane got a double play ground ball off the bat of Jack Janet, and after that the inning was over, and the Vikes with the 4-run 2-out rally in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a ground ball to the first base side. Colin Nimrod far to his left picks it up, and a sidearm toss to first base retires Carroll for the first out here in the second inning. So Carroll retired 4-3, 1 down, nobody on, 4-1 Decorah here in the second. And Jared Donahue to the plate. Donahue was 0 for 2 with a sacrifice in game 1.
Next up, Jared Donahue.
Donahue was the designated hitter. He'll hit a ground ball towards third. It hops over the bag to the left of it, and a foul ball as Josie went down to get it. No balls and 1 strike. Donahue was the designated hitter in game number 1 and is the catcher here in game number 2. And a breaking ball over for a strike. It's 0-2. So 0-2 the count. Kyle ready, and the pitch swung on, smacked into right field over the head of Nimrod and into right for a base hit. It's about the 3rd or 4th time tonight that an 0-2 pitch has gotten way too much of the plate. And since Donahue is the catcher, that will send a courtesy runner into the game, and that is Dylan Peterson.
Courtesy runner at first, Dylan Peterson. At the plate, Quinn Burrows.
If I can go Pat Hughes on the bit, that's Dylan with a D-Y-L-O-N. Runner at first, 1 down. Ian Burrows to the plate, batting 6-hole this game. He batted 9-hole first game. He was 1 for 3 and looks the first one up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. So a very different looking order. In game number 2 for the men of Gene Schultz's pitch taken low. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Again, we brought it up earlier, but it bears mentioning again. Of all the games Dennis Olenzak has coached as a high school baseball game, this is the first time tonight he started a left-handed catcher. Pitch at the knees for a strike, 2-1. Austin Ashbacker playing that position tonight for the Vikes. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. On Ian Burrows, the stretch by Kyle and the pitch. Taken low, it is 3 balls, 1 strike on Ian Burrows. Kane comes set, looks towards first, and the pitch swung on and missed. There's some gas there. And it's 3-2 now on Burrows. 3-2 the count with one down. Kyle ready in the pitch, swung on a fly ball, heading into right field. Coming in is Osley. He'll make a two-handed catch in shallow right for the second out of the inning. So Burrows flies to right. Runner at first, 2 down, and Nick Gavin to the plate.
21, Nick Gavin.
Gavin moving down from 7 to 8 hole in this game. In game number 1, he was 0 for 3, struck out twice against Josie Jewell. 4-1 Decorah. We play the top of the second here. Kane delivers, and the first pitch taken up. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch swung on and a foul ball. Past Richie Lewis in the first base coaching box for Key High. A ball and a strike as Gavin got around late. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Kane ready. And the 1-1 offering. That one taken low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Gavin. Runner at first and 2 down here in the second inning. A 4-1 lead for Decorah. They won game 1 3-2. Swung on, smacked foul, right side, and out of play. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes now on the right hand hitting third baseman rather. Nick Gavin. 2-2 the count with 2 down. Kane delivers, and a curveball is swung on and fouled onto the roof of the grandstands directly behind home plate here at Olin-Zak Field. Two and two the count with 2 down. 2-2 delivery swung on, and a ball played off the plate and foul. Austin fields it just to the left of the right-hand batter's box. And being the lefty catcher, he would have had an easy throw, but he was 5 feet in the foul territory. 2-2 with 2 down. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming here to Nick Gavin. And the pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. And Austin Ashbacker is going to pick it up. He'll throw on to first base. It's a bit of a wild throw, and Andy Hovden will tag the bag, and the inning is out. Now the Keyhawks are going to ask for some help on that call. Jack Lynch never threw his hands up, and I think the inning is going to be up. So a strikeout there for Gavin, 2-3, so 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the, or let's now call it a foul ball. And now everyone's going to come back. Decorah was entirely in the dugout, and now they're going to have to come back out on the field. And Jack Lynch telling Dennis Olin-Zak that it was a foul ball after appealing to the base umpire Bill Boyd, and now Decorah, who was entirely into their dugout, will have to come back and try to get that third out of the inning now. 2-2 with 2 down. Kane ready in the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3 called. All that drama for one more pitch. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is 4-1 Decorah. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 4-1 lead for Decorah. And the top of the order starting this inning, Gavin Nimrod, who doubled to right center his first time up, will start things here in inning number 2. Vikes got 4 runs, 4 hits, helped out by 2 walks in that first inning against Hunter Fink. The first pitch taken low. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Fink walked 2 and struck out 1 in that first inning as Gavin fouls the next one back. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Sky's starting to look a little dark here, but I just popped out the radar, and radar isn't indicating anything right now. Pitch high, 2-1. Two balls, one strike count on Nimrod as the pitch swung out, back down the right field line. It's past the first baseman, Janet, and into shallow right field for a base hit. Nimrod's going to go for two. The throw to second base is offline. Nimrod with a double to start things here in the second. Janet tried to backhand that one, couldn't get to it, and the ball just kind of died out in right field. Luke Gavin wasn't overly hustling after that play, and Gavin Nimrod ended up with a stand-up double. And Jake Qualley, who singled to right and scored in the first inning, will stand in. 4-1 Decorah, bottom of the second. The pitch low and outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. So the Vikes already with 5 hits. They only had 6 in the Game 1 victory, which was 3-2 Decorah. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a foul at the plate. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Jake Qualley. One and 1 the count. Stretch and the pitch. Qualley smacks one into right field and through for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Nimrod. Gavin's throw is up the line. Nimrod will score, and Qualley moves to second on the throw. Qualley with an RBI single. He's now 2 for 2, and Decorah now leads it by a 5-1 margin. Coach Owenzak was aggressive, challenging the arm of Luke Gavin. Gavin's throw was up the line to allow Gavin Nimrod to score. And a 5-1 lead for Decorah, and James Osley will come to the plate. He fouled to third his first time up, 0 for 1. So Decorah has now already matched their hit total of game number 1 here in game number 2, and we're only in the second. Pitch high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. This is Vikings Radio 1240, KDEC Decorah. Darren Swenson here from Owenzak Field. Opening night 2013. Vikes won game 1 3-2. They lead it here in game 2 in the second 5-1. Swinging a foul away. 1 ball, 1 strike on James Osley. Vikes will travel to Maquoketa on Friday night. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on a ground ball foul. Third base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. You remember when Maquoketa came up here last year. Actually, baseball last year and football this previous fall. There was a couple of rain and lightning delays in that baseball game, and that ended up lasting until 9:30, and they played game 2 of the doubleheader starting at about 9:45, and Maquoketa didn't get back till about 3 in the morning as Osley swings and flies one into right field. Luke Gavin is under it. He will make the catch. Gavin will throw towards third base, and the throw is going to be offline as Qualley will move up to third on the play. He'll be there with 1 down. So Osley flies out to right but advances the runner, and Josie Jewell will come up for Decorah. He walked and scored in the first inning. 5-1 Vikings. We're in the bottom of the second inning, and of course Maquoketa played at Decorah in the first round of the playoffs, and that game was called off with 9 minutes to play due to lightning. With the Vikings leading 35-0. Pitch to Josie, taken up. It's 1 ball, no strikes, so hopefully the weather will be better on Friday night when the Vikes go down to Cardinal Land, otherwise known as Rollingerville. The 1-0 in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Josie Jewell. 5 runs, 6 hits for Decorah. 1 run on 3 hits for the Keyhawks. Friday night we will have the softball opener at home. Decorah will take on Key High. That game pushed back from tonight to Friday night. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Josie. Large reason for that is 75% of your softball coaching staff just got done with their college season on Sunday. Another great run for Coach Renee Hartle and the Luther softball team. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count with 1 down. The pitch swung on in a foul ball, third base side. In front of the Decorah dugout, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Josie Jewell. One and 2 the count. The pitch, check swing. He took it on the outside edge for strike 3 call. So the Vikes, who did not strike out in game number 1, have struck out twice against Fink here early on in game number 2, but they also have 6 hits to this point in the game, as compared to 6 total in game number 1. So it's literally 6 of one, half dozen of the other, as Hovden looks at the first one high. 1 ball, no strikes. Hovden struck out swinging his first time up, 0 for 1. Four in the first, 1 in the second for Decorah. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Andy Hovden. One, swing and a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Nick Gavin. Throws on to first base. A scoop attempt by Janet doesn't work. Qualley will score, and it is a 6-1 lead for Decorah. The throw was low from Gavin at third base that allowed Qualley to score. The E5 makes it 6-1. And the Vikes have now scored 5 of their 6 runs with 2 outs. And Austin Ashbacker will come to the plate. He knocked in 3 with a double to center with 2 outs in the first inning. A good key clutch hit from the Baby Bull as the pitch taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Austin, the first ever left-handed catcher to start a game for Coach Dennis Olenczak. That's Coach O's words, not mine. The pitch swung on, hammered, center field and deep. Retreating is Chris Carroll. He's near the track, and he drops it at the fence. Hovden will round third. He will come to the plate. The relay throw to the plate, and Hovden will be retired at the plate. Relay throw from Carroll to Burrows to Donahue. Retires Hovden at the plate on the double by Ashbacker, but 2-run score on 3 hits, 1 error and 1 left. We head to the third at 6-1 Decorah. Top of the third inning we go. The Vikes have brought in the sticks here in game number 2. 6 runs, 7 hits for Decorah. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for Lansing Kee. The Vikes have scored 5 of their 6 runs with 2 outs. And lead at 6-1. They won game 1 of the doubleheader, which was a good ball game, 3-2. Colin Nimrod with a squeeze single in the bottom half of the 7th inning to score Jake Hovden, who was the courtesy runner for Kyle Kane, who got on. Matt Manning, first ball swinging, grounds one towards short. Picked up there by Qualley. It's a low throw, but it's scooped out nicely by Andy Hovden, and there's one away here in the third inning. Manning played in game number 1, but did not bat. In the top of the order, Blair Cooper, who singled to left and scored in the first, will stand in. Cooper, 1 for 1 on the night, has 1 of 3 hits against Kyle Kane, first time through the order. Kane starts him with pitch high. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Cooper. Kyle has definitely gotten help from the sticks tonight. The 1-0 delivery, fastball inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Cooper. Pikes looking to sweep Kee High for the first time in a while. Pitch, swing, and a foul back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. In fact, I'd have to look up the last time it happened. Normally it's been a split between these two teams. That's the way it's been these last couple of years. 1-2 delivery, swung on, fly ball, left center field and deep. Sweska and Nimrod retreating. It's going to be a couple of hops and against the fence. Cooper will stand at second with the double. Nimrod got to that ball quickly and actually put some drama into that play at second base, but Cooper now with a single and a double here early on in inning number 3. Runner at second, 1 down. Hunter Fink, who sacrificed a runner up in the first, will stand in. 6-1 Decorah, top of the 3rd. The pitch taken up on a fastball from Kane. 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle, a long look in at Austin for the sign. It will come set. The 1-0 delivery is a fastball up. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. Kane comes set. A look around the base pass and the 2-0. Swinging a foul, and that one right off the mask of Jack Lynch. That's the second one Jack has taken in the mask today. And the 2,535,344th of his career, I'm assuming. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, it's up, and it's 3-1 now. So this top of the order has caused a little bit of a headache for Kane. One of the things Coach Olenczak said between games, top and through the bottom of the order, he was impressed with Kee High, their ability to put the ball in play as the smacked foul up the first base side. Mike Smock making a diving attempt at that one. Couldn't quite get there, though. Good hustle. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 down. The pitch low. It gets away from Ashbacker, so moving up to third will be Cooper on a wild pitch, and Fink will reach first on a base on balls. Fink, the pitcher, will get a courtesy runner as Luke Gavin will come in. And the courtesy runner for the Kee Hawks will be Brandon Walzer.
Courtesy runner at first, number 2, Brandon Walzer.
First and third with 1 down. 6-1 Decorah here in the 3rd. And Luke Gavin has been a tough out for Decorah pitching tonight. He's 3 for 4 overall in the night with a walk and 2 RBI. He has 2 of the 3 RBIs for the Kee Hawks tonight. First and third, 1 down. Top of the 3rd inning, a 6-1 lead for Decorah. And a pitch, a strike on the outside edge to Gavin from Kane. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and missed. And that was a changeup from Kyle, which people who work with Kyle say that's probably one of his better pitches. It's no balls and 2 strikes to count. Kane ready, 0-2 delivery. Pitch low, goes right through the wickets of Austin Ashbacker, and scoring on the play is Cooper. That one going to be a pass ball. As Cooper scores, it's a 6-2 lead for Decorah now, and 1 out and a runner at second base. Balzer, the runner at second base for Fink. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now Kane will step off. Stretch, and the 1-2 curveball taken low. That time it was a nice stop by Mr. Ashpacker behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Kane ready, the 2-2 swung on, smack towards first base and down the line and fair for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring will be Fink on an RBI single by Gavin. And it's now a 6-3 ball game. So Gavin now 4 for 5 on the night. And he has 3 of the 4 RBIs total on the night for the Keehawks.
Cleanup hitter Jack Jennett.
And a runner at first, 2 in, 1 down, and Jack Janet, who hit into a double play to end things in the first inning, will come to the plate here as he pops one straight back and foul. And well out of play, no balls, 1 strike. Another double play would be just what the doctor ordered here for Decorah. Gavin having a good night on opening night. He's 4 for 5. Only bad thing about it, his average is likely to drop from here. As pitch taken up, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. For Luke's sake, if he keeps hitting 800, he might get a lot of attention. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch swung on and missed, took a little something off, and Janet out in front. It's 1-2. Kyle gets the baseball back, takes off his hat, wipes the sweat off his brow, puts the hat back on, now looks back in for the sign from Austin Ashpacker. He'll come set, a look towards first, and the 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. Looked like a changeup again as Kyle gets his second strikeout. 2 down, runner at first, 2 in, third inning, 6-3 Decorah the lead. And Chris Carroll at the plate. He grounded to second in the second, 0 for 1. The pitch. Curveball. Missed. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count. Stretch by Kane and the pitch swung on and missed. Got the fastball by him. It's 1-1 now on Carroll. The number 5 hitter in the lineup for the Keehawks. Kane ready, 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Picked up there by Colin Nimrod. He'll throw on to first base to retire Carroll and the side here in the third. But a profitable third for the Keehawks. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Decorah 6 and the Keehawks 3. This is the first of over 30 games of baseball and softball that will be available on AM 1240 KDEC throughout the year. The softball season opener will be on the air Friday night as Luther takes on Lansing Kee. And that will be a 7:20 start time from the Vikings softball diamond. Next baseball game will be next Tuesday night. Been doing too much Luther stuff lately. Decorah will take on New Hampton in the conference opener next Tuesday night at 5:30 right here at Olin Zach Field. And Kyle Kane will start things here in the third inning. He had an RBI single to center in the first inning, and he smacks one down the left field line. It'll be a fair ball and into the corner. Kyle with a turnaround first base. He's coming to second. The throw there, and Kyle is in with a head-first slide. Good hustle by Kyle Kane, earning a double down the left field line to start things here in the third. And for the third consecutive inning, the Vikings start with an extra base hit. The first 2 frames, it was Gavin Nimrod doubles, and now it's a Kyle Kane double. And Dustin Carey will run for him out at second base. And Cole Sweska, who drew a walk back in the first inning, will come to the plate. Sweska did not play in game number 1. Vikes won that one 3-2 and lead at 6-3 here. Sweska squares to bunt and takes it outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 6-8-0 for Decorah. 3-5-1 error for the Keyhawks in this one. The stretch by Fink, a look around the base pass, squares to bunt and looks at one on the outside edge for a strike. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to count. One and 1 the count. The stretch, and Sweska bunts it through that one. As it's now 1-2, and we'll see if Coach O keeps the bunt on in this situation. One and two the count. Runner at second, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch swung on a ground ball, fielded there by Fink. He'll run directly at the runner, Dustin Carey. The throw back to second base, diving to the bag is Carey. Tag applied by the shortstop, Cooper. So it ends up being a fielder's choice. The out recorded 1-6. And a runner at first and 1 down, and Colin Nimrod to the plate for Decorah. As Carey caught in the rundown.
Colin Nimrod.
Nimrod grounded to short his first time up. And moved to first base, back to the bag. Diving is Sweska. Sweska, a couple of steps off the bag at first. Fink comes set. And the pitch swung on and a foul at the plate. It is no balls and 1 strike on Colin Nimrod. Couple of steps off the bag once again at first base is Nimrod. The pitch taken low, taken outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Nimrod. Pitch swung on, smacked into right field, and that one will land in front of Luke Gavin for a base hit. A throw to second base is not in time to get a force on Sweska. So the Vikes now with 9 hits already as Nimrod gets a single to right. And big brother Gavin will come to the plate. First and second with 1 down. 1 down here in the third inning of a 6-3 lead. The pitch goes outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Gavin with a couple of doubles and runs scored in the first and the third inning. He's batting for the 3rd time in as many frames here. Pitch, fastball outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. One and 1 the count. Look around the base pass, and the 1-1 delivery sails outside on the off-speed breaking ball. It is 2 balls and 1 strike on Nimrod. Gavin at the plate, Colin at first, and Sweska at second base. 2-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. 2-2 the count now on Nimrod. Runners lead from their respective bases. Fink comes set, and the 2-2 delivery sails outside with the breaking ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. The stretch and the 3-2. A little low for ball 4, and they're now loaded here in the third. Sweska up to third, Cowan down to second, Gavin to first, and Qualley to the plate. Qualley 2 for 2, single to right and scored in the first, single to right, knocked in a run, scored again in the second. A 6-3 lead for Decorah as we play the bottom of the third inning. Fink will come set in the pitch. A little bit inside. It is 1 ball, no strikes to count on Jake Qualley. Fink has been forced to labor here in the first 3 innings. Nobody warming up for Kee High. Here's a ground ball towards short. The play made there, a tag attempt by Cooper was unsuccessful, but he throws to third to force Colin Nimrod for the second out of the inning. Sweska scores on the play. Qualley gets an RBI. Gavin moves to second, and there's 2 down, and now a 7-3 lead for Decorah. So first and second with 2 down, and James Osley to the plate. Osley, the only Viking who has yet to reach base safely here in game number 2. Curveball inside, 1 ball, no strikes. He fouled to third in the first and fly to right in the second. He's up again here in the third inning, with the Vikings leading by a 7-3 margin. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 here in the third for Decorah. They won game 1 3-2. Trying to sweep the Kee Hawks to start 2013. Opening night here at Olensack Field. The 1-0 delivery. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And that exited the park in that little opening between the backstop and the fencing on the first base side. A couple of Kee Hawk fans had to elude and get out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on a pop-up into left field. Manning is under it. He will make the catch to retire the side, but the Vikes score 1 on 2 hits and leave 2. We are 3 complete here at Olensack Field in game 2 of this doubleheader. It is the Vikings leading the Kee Hawks by a 7-3 margin. Kyle Kane has given up 5 hits, 3 runs through 3. He's walked 1 and he has struck out 2 as the pitch taken up. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Donahue single to right his first time up, 1 for 1. Kyle ready and the 1-0 offering. That one at the letters and for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. We'll check Kyle's pitch count here momentarily. He has been forced to work a relative amount as pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. The upcoming offering will be pitch number 54 for Kyle. And the pitch swung on, popped up right side, high into the air, and Andy Hovden from his first base position makes the catch just beyond the baseline, just beyond first base, and there's 1 down here in the 4th. One down, nobody on. 7-3 Decorah here in the 4th. Ian Burrows flew out to right in the second inning. First one to Burrows, swung on and missed. It is 0-1. Kyle ready, 0-1. Curveball taken low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Kane hasn't been A+ sharp, but he's facing a lineup that can swing it a little bit as that one hit hard into right field. Past the diving Colin Nimrod and into right for a base hit. That's already 6 hits for the Kee Hawks. Good effort there by Colin Nimrod, but the ball ended up getting through. So a runner at first base and nobody out. And Ian Burrows
running at first. Brendan Walliser
is going to get lifted for a pinch runner now. And that is Brandon Walzer. And Nick Gavin will come to the plate. He struck out looking in the second, 0 for 1. One on, one out here in the fourth. 7-3 the lead for Decorah. The first one low from Kyle Kane. 1 ball, no strikes. A lead at first base by Walzer. The stretch by Kane and the 1-0 delivery. Swung on a ground ball to the right side. Backhand stop made by Hovden. He knocks it down. An underhand toss to Kane covering first base. A 3-1 put out with Walzer moving up to second. He'll be there with 2 down and Matt Manning to the plate. 7-3 the lead for Decorah. 2 down, runner at second. And Matt Manning to the plate. Manning grounded to short his first time up in the third, 0 for 1. Manning in from the left-hand side of the plate. He swung at the first pitch his last time up, and he swings at the first one here. Bloops one out into shallow left center field. Retreating is Jake Qualley. He will make the catch to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is Decorah 7 and the Kee Hawks 3. Ian Burrows will move from second base to pitcher. Quinn Brennan will move from the bench to second base as Josie Jewell starts things here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A curveball taken low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Pitch swung on a ground ball, headed it up the middle. A diving stop made by Cooper at short. He'll throw on to first base to retire Jewell. Nice play there. As Jewell now 0 for 2 with a walk. Fink done after 3+ innings, or 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. 6 of them earned. He walked 2 and he struck out 2. And Andy Hovden will come to the plate. 7-3 Decorah leads it. We play the bottom half of the fourth inning. Hovden struck out swinging the first and reached on an error in the third, and the first pitch goes up. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Vikes have scored in every frame to this point. The pitch goes low. It is 2 balls, no strikes. That ground out a moment ago was the first time that the Kee Hawks have retired the leadoff batter in an inning. Pitch well high. It's now 3 balls, no strikes on Andy Hovden. Three 3-0 the count with 1 down. Burrows ready and the pitch well high for ball 4. So Hovden reaches base for the second time tonight. He struck out swinging the second and reached on an error in the third inning. And Austin Ashbacker with a pair of doubles will come to the plate as Brayton Meyer will run for Hovden at first. Meyer, the runner at first with 1 down. Austin had a 3-run double with 2 outs in the first inning and another double in the second inning. 7-3 Decorah here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They face Burrows for the first time as Austin hammers one foul, right side, not a play. It is no balls and 1 strike. Curveball. And I don't know where it missed. The pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't miss by a lot, I'll tell you that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Short lead at first base by Meyer, and the pitch swung on. golfed into shallow center field. Coming in is Chris Carroll. He'll call and he'll catch. And Meitner is going to get doubled off of first base. Breitenmeyer absolutely caught napping there at first base. He was just jogging back there. And it ends up being a double play. So for the first time in game number 2, the Vikes send the minimum to the plate. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It is a 7-3 lead for Decorah. Top of the 5th inning we go, a 7-3 lead for Decorah, 7-9-0 for the Vikings, 3-6-1 for the Keehawks. Vikes won game 1 of the doubleheader by a 3-2 margin. Keehawks got off to a lead early on in this one, in case you're just joining us. An RBI single by Luke Gavin scored Blair Cooper, made it 1-0, but the Vikes got 4 runs with 2 outs in the first inning. A 3-run double by Austin Ashbacker and an RBI single by Kane as Blair Cooper looks at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. Cooper singled and scored in the first, double and scored in the third. One ball, no strikes. Kyle ready, and the pitch is up. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Vikes added 2 to their total in the second inning. An RBI single by Qualley. Hovden reached on an error to allow Qualley to score to make it 6-1 at the time. Keehawks added 2 in the third inning. As the pitch goes high, it's 3-0 now. An RBI single by Gavin, and that scored Walliser at the time, and Cooper scored on a pass ball. The pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. And the Vikes scored the last run of the game to this point on an RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Jake Qualley. The pitch goes high, it's ball 4. Kyle walks his second man as action taking place in the Key High bullpen. Runner at first, nobody out. And Hunter Fink will come to the plate. He does not have an official at bat here in game number 2. He sacrificed in the first inning and walked and scored in the third. Curveball misses somewhere. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kane will look in at Ashbacker for the sign, a look towards first, and the stretch and the pitch. Ground ball right back to Kane. He's going to go to second and Qualley for 1. He's going to go to first for a double play. Rack him up, 1-6-3. Second double play turned by Decorah. And the Vikings have played errorless baseball through 12 innings now. And Luke Gavin will come to the plate. He's been a tough out tonight, 4 for 5 on the doubleheader with 3 RBIs, 2 for 2 with an RBI, or with 2 RBIs here in game 2 as the pitch goes high to Gavin. 1 ball and no strikes. Kane ready in the 1-0, sails outside. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Now from Luke Kane, we do notice that Dustin Carey has started to warm up in the Viking bullpen. 7-3 Decorah here in the top of the 5th. The pitch goes outside. It's now 3-0 on Gavin. Kane kicks and deals 3-0. At the letters taken for a strike, it is 3 balls and 1 strike. Cooper walked to lead off the frame, and then Fink hit and do a double play. The pitch high for ball 4. That's the 3rd walk for Kyle Kane, and walking people is something that Kyle just doesn't do a heck of a lot of.
23, Janet.
In fact, going back to last year, Kyle only walked 14 and 64 in 2/3 innings. Jack Janet is 0 for 2. He swings and misses at the first one from Kyle. No balls and 1 strike. Janet grounded into a double play in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third. 7-3 Decorah as we play at the top of the fifth. Kane ready. 0-1 in there for a strike. It's 0-2. So 0-2 with 2 outs now. And Kane will step off the rubber. Having a couple of steps off the lead at first base. The pitch taken low. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. One and 2 with 2 down the stretch. And the pitch swung on, popped up, foul ball. Right side out of play. So that one lands over towards the Key High bus parked in the parking lot. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. If you weren't with us for our pregame interview earlier, Coach O was talking about how big baseball is for folks over in Lansing and New Albany. The 1-2 delivery swung on, fouled away, right side and out of play. He started to say nothing compares to baseball. He goes, well, I have to take that back. Fishing probably compares to baseball over in Lansing and New Albany. And ever since he retired from teaching, it's a hobby that Coach O has taken up. The 1-2 delivery. Here's a chopper up the middle. Qualley going far to his left. Picks it up and throws on to first base to retire Janet and the side here in the fifth. 2 walks, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is Decorah 7 and the Keyhawks 3. Kyle Kane will start things here in the bottom of the fifth inning against Ian Burrows, the second pitcher of Game 2. As pitch in there for a strike from Burrows, 0-1. Hunter Fink throws the first 3, gives up 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. 0-1 from Burrows, curveball taken low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kane with the stick is 2 for 2. RBI single to center in the second and a double to left in the third. We do notice that Eric Smorstad has grabbed a bat. He will bat for Cole Sweska next. 1-1. Curveball taken low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. On Kyle Kane. Decorah leads 7-3 as we play the bottom half of the fifth inning. Trying to sweep the Keyhawks. His pitch swung on, fly ball left field. Manning with a late break. He will make a running 2-handed catch in medium depth left. And there will be the first out of the inning. Eric Smorstad will bat. Smorstad will bat for Sweska, who had walked and hit into a fielder's choice. Of course, Smorstad had a scary situation the last time he batted against Mr. Payton of Dallas Center Grimes. Got a fastball right in the head. Didn't get cleared concussion-wise till about a week before football practice. His pitch taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. But Eric recovered and was a very key part of that state championship football team last year. Pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Just a type of kid you love having around. Never has anything but a smile on his face, and it's one of those all-around good kids. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-1 on Eric Smorstad with Colin Nimrod in the on-deck circle. 7-3 Decorah. We play the bottom of the fifth. Vikes will go to Maquoketa on Friday night. Pitch well high. It's now 3-1 on Smorsy. My guess is if Smorsy gets on base, Cole Sweska will likely re-enter the game to run for him. 3-1, swung on, fly ball, blooper into left, late break from Manning. He can't get there. It'll be a base hit for Smorsy. Smorstad with a single to left. Sweska will re-enter the game right there. Runner at first and one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning of a 7-3 lead. And Colin Nimrod will come to the plate, grounded to short in the first and single to right in the third.
Colin Nimrod.
Nimrod got the RBI squeeze bunt that won the game for Decorah in the bottom of the seventh inning of game number 1. Burrows comes set. And that one uncorked wild as it skips away from the catcher, Donahue, moving to his right as he tried to do so. Couldn't do it, and the wild pitch will put a runner at second base and nobody out. I got to take it back. That's not Donahue behind the plate. That is Hunter Fink, who was in the game as the pitcher. Pitch taken high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Fink in game 1 played shortstop. He's caught and pitched here in game number 2. 2-0 delivery, taken low. It is 3 balls, 1 strike on Colin Nimrod with Gavin Nimrod on deck. The stretch and the 3-0. In there for a strike, it's now 3-1. As Colin was taken all the way. Vikes now with 10 hits. Had 6 in the game 1 victory earlier tonight. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on, popped up foul, right side, out of play. It's now 3-2. Josie Jewell got the win. He struck out 9, gave up 6 hits, walked 3 in game 1. Kyle Kane hasn't been A-plus sharp, but he's been effective here in game number 2. Here's a roller towards the right side, picked up there by the second baseman, Quinn Brennan. And getting to the bag late was the pitcher, Burrows, but he's there to take the underhand toss and retire Nimrod for the second out of the inning. So a runner at third and 2 down, and Gavin Nimrod to the plate in a 7-3 Decorah lead. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Gavin doubled and scored in the first, did it again in the second, and walked in the third. Burrows working out of the windup with the runner at third and 2 down, and a backdoor breaking ball taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Burrows gets the sign from Fink, and the pitch. That one sails high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Sweska, the runner at third, is pitched well high to Gavin. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nimrod has been on base 4 of the 6 times he has been up tonight. His batting average was .308 a year ago, but the on-base percentage was pretty solid. His pitch taken low. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. And Gavin had a pretty good postseason to get that average up to .308. The on-base percentage was .435. His pitch taken outside for ball 4. So Gavin now has been on base 4 times tonight. Jake Qualley will come to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 down. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah. (7-3) Decorah leading here in game number 2. They won game number 1 by a 3-2 margin. Jake Qualley is 2 for 3. Singled and scored in the first, singled, knocked in a run, scored again in the second, and knocked in a run with a fielder's choice ground ball in the third. Sweska away from third and Nimrod away from second, and the pitch swung on a ground ball towards short. Charging on the backhand is Cooper. He'll throw to first base, and Qualley beat it out. Infield hit for Qualley. Sweska scores. It's 8-3 Decorah. Qualley with his 3rd RBI of the night as Nimrod reaches second. You can't blame Cooper for going across the diamond. In reality, it was the only play he had, but the ball was so slowly hit that it ended up being an RBI for Qualley as Osley takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. Osley fouled out in the first, flied out in the second, grounded out in the third. He's still the only Viking in the regular lineup without the ability to reach base safely here in game number 2. His pitch in there for a strike. It's one ball, 1 strike. Stretch and the 1-1. Curveball taken inside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. Nimrod off a second and Qualley off a first. 2-0 well outside, or 2-1 well outside. It's now 3-1 with Josie Jewell on deck. Three and one. And the pitch swung on a fly ball left field. Retreating is Matt Manning. He is under it, and he will make the catch to retire the side. But the Vikes score another run on 2 hits and leave 2. We go to the 6th. It is Decorah 8 and Lansing Kee 3. Welcome back to Owen Zach Field, everybody. Darren Swinson with you. Opening night 2013. The Vikes lead Key High 8-3 after winning game 1 of the doubleheader 3-2. And Kyle Kane has now been lifted. Kane 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Kane will move from pitcher to catcher. Austin Ashbacker will move from catcher to left field, and Dustin Carey will come into the game. Kyle Kane did have a lot of wins last year, but he didn't have a lot of complete games. It'll be interesting to see if perhaps Dustin Carey accepts a little bit of a role that Landon Ashbacker had a year ago. He is wearing his uniform number from a year ago. Carey, a year ago, did not have a record. He had a 3.87 ERA. Opponents hit .283 against him, 12 2/3, 17 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. 8-3 Decorah as we go to the 6th inning. Chris Carroll will lead things off. Carroll grounded to second in the 2nd inning and in the 3rd inning. And the pitch, swinging a foul away, no balls and 1 strike. I know Dustin Carey has been told by people around the program he might have one of the better fastballs that anybody has in this program. And there's a strike, and it's 0-2. Just has to get a little bit more consistent, but then again, at this point in the season, we all do. 0-2 delivery, pitch blown outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The only one in midseason form right now is Elliott Christian. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. He's only asked me for the count once all night. Granted, I've told him a few other times, but nonetheless, 1-2. Swinging a little number up the third base side, foul, so we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chris Carroll. Again, if you're just joining us, Keyhawks got the lead in game number. Decorah actually took an early 2-0 lead in game number 1, a Josie Jewell home run. Keyhawks tied the game with 2 2-out runs in the 5th inning, and the Vikes won it as it swung and fouled right side and out of play. Off the bat of Carroll. Vikes won it in the bottom half of the 7th inning on a squeeze bunt off the bat of Colin Nimrod, which scored. Jake Hovden, a courtesy runner for Kyle Kane. Reaching for a curveball and fouling it away was Carroll. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Dustin Carey, his initial appearance of 2013, the junior right-hander for Decorah, replacing fellow junior right-hander Kyle Kane. As the pitch swung on, fouled away, so Carroll keeps dispersing baseballs into the night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keohawks with a 5-run deficit, but 6 outs to play with. 1-2 delivery, missing on the fastball, lone outside. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now. Again, Vikes will travel to Maquoketa on Friday night, and they will open up conference play against New Hampton with a doubleheader a week from tonight. 2-2 delivery, swung on, popped up, foul. Kyle Kane angling to his left and foul ground, and it lands between Kane and Carey, directly behind the right-hand batter's box, so new life for Chris Carroll. I think Carey saw that one right away, but Kyle Kane did not, and sometimes maybe in that situation it just might be best for Carey, instead of pointing out to Kyle, just to go ahead and take that thing. But I'm assuming this is a combination that hasn't worked together game-wise too often. This pitch goes high. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So this will become at least a 10-pitch at-bat to Carroll to start things here in the 6th. Vikes won game 1, 3-2, and they lead it here in game 2, 8-3. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth for Decorah. Keohawks with 1 in the first and 2 in the third. The pitch swung on, smacked into center field, and a base hit. So a good battle, and Carroll wins the war with a leadoff single here in the 6th inning. That's the 7th base hit by Keohawk pitching tonight. And Jared Donahue will come to the plate, single to right in the second and pop to first in the third, 1 for 2. 8-3 Decorah. We play at the top of the 6th inning. Well, lead at first base by Carroll. Carey comes set in the first pitch. Curveball caught the front knee for a strike. It is no balls, 1 strike on Quinn Brennan, actually, is the pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-2. I said Jared Donahue. He left the game as part of those switches, which happened in the bottom of the 4th inning. Quinn Brennan now batting. Elliott caught me napping. He's got the whip out. Brennan was 1 for 3 playing catcher in game number 2, and he uncorking a wild pitch is Carey. As that one went all the way back to the screen, Kyle didn't have too much of a chance to stop that one. Kane and Carey with a couple of words between each other to make sure, A, they're both on the same page, and perhaps a new series of signs now with the runner at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Nobody out. Runner at second. Pitch swung on and 1 hopper. Right back to Carey. He looks the runner back at second and throws to first base to retire Brennan. Carey, whose part-time job as an infielder, did a good job of being that 5th infielder that time. Caught it on 1 hop, looked the runner back, got all the runner's momentum heading back to second base. And Carroll stayed at second, 1 down. And Ian Burrows to the plate, half swing, ground ball towards the third base side. Bobbled a bit by Carey. He'll throw on to first base to retire Burrows. Moving up to third on the play is Carroll. So a couple of ground balls back to Carey. Retire the next 2 hitters. Runner at third and 2 down. And Nick Gavin will come to the plate. Struck out looking in the second and grounded out to first in the 4th, 0 for 2. An 8-3 lead for Decorah, top the 6th. Curveball taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. Carroll reached as part of a 10-pitch at-bat. And a single to center, but a couple of ground balls right back to the pitcher. And a wild pitch has advanced Carroll to third. He's there with 2 outs. Dustin works out of the stretch, and a 1-0 pitch smacked into left field and a base hit. So Gavin gets an RBI single scoring Carroll, and it is now a 8-4 ball game. So the Keehawks pull within a slam. A runner at first, 1 in, 2 down.
Stepping up, Matt Manning.
And Matt Manning will come to the plate. Manning grounded to short in the third and popped to short in the fourth. A lead at first base by Gavin. And the pitch swinging a foul at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Vikes will be in a situation where they can add some insurance runs if they can get this final out. That promotion back once again, the A&J Petersburg Insurance Runs promotion. Every time the Vikings are up in the 6th inning or beyond and score another run, $20 out of the pocket of Mr. Jim Lillibridge at A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate since 1932. As that one bunted foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes as Manning tried to drag bunt that time. Sean Truan doing a good job of hustling and getting some balls back to Mr. Jack Lynch. Showing off his dad's quickness. If you know Pat, that's not a lot. But he's pretty darn good at calling a defense, and that's what matters right now. 0-2, ground ball towards second, picked up there by Colin Nimrod on 3 hops. So throw to first base to retire Manning and the side here in the 6th. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Vikes lead it by an 8-4 margin. Jared Donahue, who started the game as the catcher, is now the pitcher on a re-entry. So Quinn Brennan has to leave the game. That sends Burrows back to second. And Josie Jewell will come to the plate. So Donahue is the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Keehawks. Luke Gavin threw the whole 6 1/3 in game number 1. Hunter Fink went 3, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Ian Burrows, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Pitch swung on and missed by Josie. The balls and 1 strike. Josie walked and scored in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd, and grounded to short in the 4th. The 0-1 delivery. That one pitch taken low. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Donahue ready with the Vikes leading 8-4. Pitch swung on, popped up, foul down the right field line and out of play. That one going to hit the roadway heading up to the football stadium. One ball, 2 strikes. Of course, if the Vikes score any runs this inning, $20 to the Viking Athletic Booster Club from the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate. Jake Qualley warming up in the Viking bullpen. Should Carey get into trouble in the 7th. The pitch swung on. Josie waits back on a curve, waits too long, and fouls it off. First base side, not a play. One ball, 2 strikes. Donahue ready. The pitch goes low. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Josie Jewell. Decorah got 4 in the first inning, all with 2 outs. As the pitch, swing and a miss and getting by. It got by the catcher, Fink, so moving down to first base on a strikeout and a wild pitch is Josie Jewell. So Donahue does his job, gets the strikeout, but Josie reaches on the strikeout and the wild pitch. Runner at first base and nobody out, and the Belch on the Key High team have a little bit of trouble because pitchers and keeping shirts tucked in are a little bit of an issue. Gavin couldn't keep his in. His life depended on it in game number 1, and Donahue had his entire shirt out that time, and Mr. Bill Boyd says, "Tuck your shirt in, young man." Mr. Donahue obliged, and here's Andy Hovden. Hovden's been on base twice. He's 0 for 2 officially. Running is Cole Sweska. Throw down to second base as Hovden takes the pitch high. Is not in time. So Sweska, or Josie steals second. I thought it was Sweska there for a second, but it was 8 instead of 6. But Josie does steal second. And a 1-0 count now on Andy Hovden. 1-0 delivery, swung on a fly ball into the Decorah Knight foul territory, and a diving attempt, and not quite getting there was Manning. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. In fact, in this ball game tonight, the 8 runs Decorah scored, 7 have been with 2 outs. A 3-run double by Ashbacker with 2 outs in the first, an RBI single by Kane. Hovden put the ball in play, an error allowed a run to score with 2 outs. I'm going to take that back. It's 6 of the 8 runs, but still the percentage is very good. 1-1 pitch in the dirt from Donahue. It is 2 balls and 1 strike now. 2-1 the count. Stretch. 2-1. Swung on a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Hunter Fink, and it's 2-2. Mike scored 3 runs in game number 1, none of them coming with 2 outs. So the clutch hitting and the timely hitting has been here in game number 2. 2-2 delivery swung on, and Hovden chases a bad one, a swing and a miss for strike 3. So a runner at second and 1 down. 8-4 the score. And Austin Ashbacker to the plate. 3-run double, run, and his courtesy runner scored in the first. Doubled again in the second, and fly to center, flying into a double play in the 4th inning. He'll swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Fink. It is no balls and 1 strike. Really like Decorah wearing these blues at home. I think this is the first time they've worn these particular blues at home. Sharp-looking unis. Pitch swung on. Ground ball snagged at third there by Gavin. He'll throw on to first base to retire Ashbacker, and Josie will move up to third, noticing that no one was covering third on the play. Josie will be there with 2 outs, and Kyle Kane will come to the plate. Did okay with the right arm tonight, has done okay with the stick as well. He's 2 for 3. Kane with an RBI single in the first inning, double to left in the third, and fly to left in the 5th. Donahue will go out on windup. 8-4 Decorah here in the 6th. Kane swings and pops one up, back, and it's caught by the catcher, Fink, and that's that for the 6th inning. A foul out, and no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the top of the 7th inning. It's an 8-4 lead for Decorah. Jake Qualley will close things out here in the 7th inning for Decorah. Qualley moves from shortstop to pitcher. Dustin Carey moves from pitcher to second base. And Colin Nimrod moves from second base to shortstop, rather. It's the seventh inning we go. It's an 8-4 lead for Decorah. 8-11-0 for Decorah. 4-8-1 for Lansing Kee. Qualley becomes the third pitcher here in game number 2. Behind Keene, who threw the first 5, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Cooper looks at a strike, 0-1. Carey 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, and no strikeouts. Pitch is low and inside from Qualley. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Qualley appeared in 4 games last year, 3 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, 1 hit batsman, and 2 strikeouts. 1-1 delivery, well high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. I believe Qualley threw in the state championship game, if I'm not mistaken. I think Carey saw some time in that game as well. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch, swinging a foul right off the mask of Jack Lynch. He's had a few cage rattlers tonight. I believe it's up to $3,553,345 now on his career. 2-2, curveball taken low. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Blair Cooper. Vikes won game 1, 3-2. They won it in the bottom of the 7th inning on a squeeze play single by Colin Nimrod to score Jay Cubden, who was courtesy running for Kyle Kane. The 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul, backs, and out of play. 3-2 the count remains on Blair Cooper. Vikes gave up the lead in the first inning here, but scored 4 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning and never looked back here as that one hammered into left field. Retreating is Austin Ashbacker. He will make the catch. Cooper hit it very well, but right at Austin Ashbacker, and sometimes those are the plays that are most difficult to make. But Austin there to make the play, and there's 1 down here in the 7th inning.
Stepping up, Hunter Fink.
So Cooper retired for the first time here in game number 2. And Hunter Fink to the plate, sacrificed in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd. Into a double play in the 6th, and he'll swing and miss at the first one from Qualley. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1. Swung on, smack towards 3rd. Gobbled up there on 1 hop by Josie. He'll throw across the diamond. And Fink retired 5-3 on a fine play by Josie. All I'm going to say is that's why you wear a certain piece of equipment when you play the infield. 2 down, nobody on. And the toughest out of the night for Decorah, Luke Gavin. Gavin 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 RBIs here in game 2 as the pitch swung on and missed by Qualley. No balls and 1 strike. Vikes trying to start the season 2-0. And the 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul back. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gavin. 11 hits here in game 2 of the doubleheader after 6 in game 1 for Decorah. Pitching hasn't been A-plus sharp, but it's been effective. 1-2 delivery, and the curveball taken low. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I know we all kind of set a high standard for this team, but at the same time, we all got to realize there's a reason it's May 21st and not July 21st. 2-2 the count with 2 down. The pitch, a little low, a little outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Gavin. 8-11-0 for Decorah, 4-8-1 for the Keyhawks. Qualley kicks and deals, and the 3-2 delivery, lone outside for ball 4. That one got by Kane, so Gavin will move down to first base. So Luke Gavin for the Keyhawks has been on base 7 of the 8 times he's been up tonight. And Jason
Number 6, Jason
Delaney will run for Gavin at first base.
Jack Janet.
Runner at first and 2 down, and Jack Janet to the plate. Double play ground ball in the first, struck out swinging in the third, and grounded to short in the 5th. Pitch swinging a foul away. Right side, not a play, no balls, 1 strike. Decorah won game 1, 3-2. They lead at 8-4 here in game number 2. They need that elusive out 21. Pitch goes high. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Qualley working out of the stretch for the first time. The 1-1 delivery is taken low. 2 balls, 1 strike. At the plate tonight, Gavin Nimrod 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and 2 walks. Jake Qualley 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. Austin Ashbacker 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. Here's ground ball headed to the left side, fielded there and deep in the hole by Nimrod. Throws to first base, got him, and that's a Viking victory. Colin Nimrod deep in the hole at short, throws across the diamond and gets Jack Janet. And the Vikings sweep the Keyhawks to open up 2013. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 8 left for Decorah. 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 6 left for the Keyhawks. Kyle Kane, the winning pitcher, 1-0. And the losing pitcher, Hunter Fink, it is 0-1. So the Vikes start 2-0, and Keyhigh starts 0-2. That'll do it for our coverage here this evening. Many people to thank for making it possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Even if you were out in Arnie's garden. We thank you, those sponsors, for making this broadcast possible, because without their support, this broadcast wouldn't be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Decorah and Keyhigh. We know you enjoyed the outcome, Viking fans. Viking win it 3-2 and 8-4. We'll have softball on the air on Friday night as Decorah will take on Keyhigh.